Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Extreme Forces Racing League and their race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Slippery Noodle in 60, the oldest bar in Indiana. In the broadcast booth with me, as always, it's TJ Barnier, Ryan Fry. Guys, TJ, I'm going to start with you. What's up, pal? Heard you had a little scary business today.
Not a whole lot up today. Yes, I did go see the new Scream. I recommend it to anyone that likes those movies. It was good. You, sir, sounded like you had been at the Slippery Noodle Inn a little too much already this evening by the way you were sounding there at the top of the broadcast.
I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't happen.
You sounded raspy.
Didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Not a lot of alcohol has been consumed before this race. Don't know what you're talking about. Well, Ryan.
Just remember, when you drink, you mute it.
Shut up, Meg. Ryan, what's up, pal? How are you?
That's not good.
No, probably not.
Due to technical difficulties, Ryan Fry cannot be heard right now. Please resume your regularly scheduled broadcast.
Well, regularly scheduled broadcasting brings us to Dylan Dunford. Qualifying has started, everybody. Now, we're looking at just around a 52-ish lap time, I'm pretty sure. It's a 60-lap event, so it's going to be over relatively fast. I will say, with it being a hot and slick track, which while we got qualifying started, let's bring up the race day info. There it is on your screen. Hot Sport Racing has liked the stream. What's up? Wow, what's up, guys? Track temperature is at a very warm 110.
AJ, I am not able to see cars right. This is strange.
That is not good, TJ. So it's a very warm racetrack. They're going to be slipping, sliding all over this wonderful, historic racetrack. Oh, as I thought Dunford was going to hit the wall coming out of turn 4. Matt Cochran, right?
If I joined as a driver, can I not view the other competitors?
You cannot.
Oh, well, that's not at all, or just like...
Just in qualifying.
Oh, well. So you'll have to tell me what's going on, and I'll just have to look at the results.
Hey, you want to know what I also could do, TJ?
Make up the score as we go.
I can
pull up...
I can share my screen.
I could also pull up the stream and be delayed just to...
Well, you'd have to put up the Facebook stream, because other than that, you'd be delayed as hell. Well, there's Matt Cochran on your screen there. See how everybody is showing up lap time wise. Travis Lapayne right now is your pole sitter. See if he can get bounced by anybody else, or is that 16 going to be very strong?
Currently playing with the space-time continuum as I try to watch these guys qualify on your stream while I'm in the race.
Sounds like you're trying to break stuff, TJ. You're trying to break the multiverse here.
Mm-hmm. That is the meta.
Now, you and I have had some very awesome races at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Is it it's a drafting track meets a short track in the turns?
It is a unique animal because, like you mentioned, it is very drafty, but at the same time, I've ran this track and literally got away from people.
No,
just by
P1 right now.
Like breaking the draft, and this track is crazy as it sounds. It's all handling.
Yes.
All handling. If you can hit the handle this evening, which most of these guys are all in the same handling setup, so it should be fairly the same. You're gonna just absolutely be in the best position you can be.
Matt Cochran goes P2.
Matt Cochran is one driver I learned a lot from running this track. He is a driver that managed to pull away from me while I was drafting him. He literally drove away from me. I didn't know what he was doing. I don't know how he was doing. He was just that little bit better through the turns. I'm not shocked to see Matt up here at the top of the...
Now, this is all on console right now. You and I have not raced here.
No. I don't even dare to come.
On the sim.
We tried it in an Indy car, and it was ugly.
It was very ugly. Very, very
Mostly
ugly.
because I ran over the top of someone. And sorry for another day.
Well, that's definitely not good, as you see in the 92 of He Who Should Not Be Named. Or did we break that curse? Did we break that curse, TJ?
I don't think we broke it. But I'm also the type of person that says, Tyler Aspinall, if you're cursed from us saying your name, your problem. Love you, pal.
He's currently 14th as he's trying to improve. Actually, no, his qualifying session is over. Josh Fox in the 90 coming to the line here in the Home Depot Chevy Camaro. It's a different looking car. Crosses the line. He goes P1. 52-18. Qualifying is over, and he will be your pole sitter.
I'm very much in love with that car.
Slippery Noodle in 60. All right, let's talk about drivers now, TJ. Who you picking tonight?
You would ask me a question along those lines.
I do every week, so you should be prepared.
I'm always prepared, but I'm never sure of my answer.
Well, that could be an issue.
If I had to choose right now, just looking at the grid, the driver that I'm not surprised to see up there, and the one that I think is probably going to be a contender all evening is that 20 car Brady.
Yeah, great car every single week. I'm actually going to go with the driver you mentioned. He's starting P3 in the number 4 Toyota Camry Bass Pro Shops. I'm going to take Matt Cochran. Ryan, do we have a copy from you?
I heard him briefly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
Oh, note to self, don't move shit around. I'm gonna take Matt Cochran as well. He battled back hard last week from his incident. I don't think we're gonna have that this week.
I don't think so either. He's starting pretty far up front, and it's going to be interesting.
Are we at all concerned that our pole sitter has not gridded with 20 seconds to go?
I don't know. Are we concerned, TJ? And there he is.
There he is.
TJ, you're the only car that has not gridded yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to grid. I'm going to do the gritty on pit lane and not be there. I'm not even sure why I'm in the thing. Probably because I joined in the wrong way.
But I got to say,
you'll have that.
Mr. Computer Problems is back tonight. Driver
not racing like he was supposed to.
What do you mean? He's on the racetrack.
Ryan?
No, Dean Qualley.
Fry? Oh, Dean. Yes, Dean is back. That is great. Ryan Fry, our booth man here, was supposed to be in this race.
Yeah, was practicing a lot, getting ready for the 60-lap event. Unfortunately, with some issues.
The movement he mentioned.
Apparently his computer did not like to move it.
No, I'm not sure what's going on. It's plugged in. There's just no power to it, so I don't know if my power supply decided that it didn't want to work no more or what's going on.
We're gonna go with his ECU onboard is broken. You know, I have realized I have made a critical error that I plan to rectify at our first commercial break. I don't have anything to drink.
I have way too much to drink.
Well, you've been hanging out at the Slippery Noodle too much. That's your problem.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have drinks. They're about 20 feet to the left of me.
Well, TJ, we have a half a lap before we go green, so if you want to take those couple seconds, go for it.
All right, boys. You're going to hear some old man noises and a very big man trying to move quickly.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. It is the Extreme Forces Racing League's Indianapolis Motor Speedway race, the Slippery Noodle in 60, the oldest bar in Indiana. Right now, we're coming out of turn number 4. Josh Fox, Noah Walters, your front row, followed by Matt Cochran and Travis LaPenis. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're on Facebook. Like the page. As we hear TJ die in the background, pace car is ducking for cover.
Uh-oh.
And we are waiting for Barney the Flagman. Green flag in the air. What's up?
I have a radio screen on my screen. How do I make this go away other than hitting spacebar?
I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Spacebar it is. The 57 powers by on the top.
You're going to see that a lot. That outside line on these restarts is going to be really nice coming out of turn number 1 and turn number 2 if you can hit it perfectly. Gave Noah the lead. But you're going to see a lot of drivers swerving back and forth on these long stretches, try to break the draft.
Crowd going wild through 3 and 4 as they see the throwback Tony Stewart scheme battling for the lead up here. Falling back just slightly. They think it's smoke. They don't realize that it's not. And it is actually our number 2 man, Josh Fox.
I love that smoke car.
I kind of, at some point, want to pop through the field and go find the other Tony car.
As we are 1 lap in, Noah leads Josh Fox by 0.2 seconds. We have a battle back here. It's Travis with the 61 of Frank Hughes and Farron Elam. He's going to get passed by the outside. It looks like that outside lane is having some nice runs. See if we can find another battle. Michael Steele, Devin Smith.
That's another one of your Tony cars.
TJ, are you fanboying?
I mean, we're at Indianapolis. It's Smoke's track. And there are some pretty nice Tony Stewart schemes in this field. Why not? And I always said I wanted to be the Clint Boyer of this booth. Clint worked for Smoke. So I got to play into it a little.
Here comes the 61. Frank Hughes gaining positions left and right early on in this race, but Farron Elon with 52.38 last time by for the fastest lap of the race so far.
Brady Floyd has moved around Matt Cochran. Matt falling back just a little, but Brady starting to reel in that 90 car.
Brad Stefan has liked the stream. Miss you too, buddy.
Really wish I knew how to get rid of this radio.
Is it asking you which one you want to listen to?
It's giving me the option to click between the scanner, the transmitters.
It's one of the F buttons.
Oh boy.
F10?
I don't know. It's the F me button right now.
No, I'm serious. It's F.
I'm trying.
It's one of the F buttons. Chat, if you know what TJ's going through right now, help him out because I'm completely brain dead. Thank you very much.
Hit F10, dum-dum.
It is
I
F10?
did hit F10. It didn't do anything.
Click on the iRacing sim first. You probably clicked off of something else. But we got a battle back here. The 19 and the 95. Devin Smith, Tyler Aspinall, and car just carried there. Dustin Carroll. That was Dustin Carroll.
You have to hit the N button before you hit the F buttons, or they don't work right. But it was F10.
Interesting. Hey TJ, 21st position brings you to one of your drivers. Talk about him.
Is that where my boy Joshua Yando's at?
Yes, it is. And talk about that sexy scheme on that car.
We didn't get to see it last week. Well, it wasn't damaged. Turn 1 at Bristol claimed the life of that scheme and its beauty. I made that scheme for Josh. That's his business on it. North Star Excavation, a small excavating business up here in good old Vermont. You know, we are not Canada. But Josh wanted a scheme with his business on it, so that's what he got. He is absolutely in love with it, and I'm loving seeing him not wreck it.
I mean, I don't want to say give it time with past issues throughout the races, but hey, good for him. He's sitting in 21st.
This has got to be the longest he's gone without getting wrecked by somebody. Oh, well, and they're wrecking in front of him.
Almost.
Or almost.
He's going to have a nice run coming out of turn 2. He's going to pass the 93 of Dustin Carroll as he got into the 55 of Jesse Adams. And that looks like another Tony Stewart car, TJ.
It is. That is one of the other ones. The only one we haven't seen is the 09 of Daniel Park.
What are you talking about?
The 09.
I know.
Okay.
But you said we haven't seen it.
Have we seen the Peanuts car?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, well, I mean, prior, as it's going by the Shell car. Look, the smoke right there.
Yeah.
If that was some brake clock up.
I don't know what's going on. It looks like these cars are starting to get loose. Very slick racetrack. Ryan, I know you were practicing a lot for this race. What can you tell us about these Gen 6 cars and how they get around Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
It's fun to drive around here for sure. There's just a little bit of let off entering the corner and then you're right back on it, but it's totally momentum wise. Once you screw up your momentum, it kind of takes a lap or two to get it back. After a little bit, the cars do get a little loose, and you got to worry about middle off getting loose and Hoping you don't catch the wall on exit.
Yeah, we're looking back here. This is the 5th position battle. Matt Cochran in the 94 of Dylan Dunford. Everybody,
I think Matt just may have made contact with Brady. They came over the radio and Matt was apologizing. I think Brady said something. I thought you were just book dropping.
How far ago was that?
No harm, not that long ago. Obviously not too harm or foul to these guys. Oh yes, as they were exiting the turn down the straightaway, Matt gets inside of him and oh, got him loose. Wow, that could have been a big moment here at the front. That could have been devastation for both those guys who are having very good runs.
See if we can find it here.
It shouldn't be that long ago. It looks like around the start of lap 8.
Oh God, right there.
Conclusion of 7 and the start of 8. Just had a really good run off the turn. Just
honestly,
got him in the no-no spot.
It kind of looked like Matt might have set him straight just a little bit. Like the little tap was like, all right, car's fine now.
Either way, the drivers continue, no harm, no foul, and they are still right there at the front.
And going towards the front, look at the battle for the lead. The 57 of Noah Walters and Brady Floyd. That was a straight bump draft all the way down the front stretch. Imagine we're 10 laps into this event already. Like, I ain't complaining. I'm just trying to kill time till midnight tonight. So, a certain fighting game of superstars, a certain wrestling corporation comes out.
Ooh, the 20 with a big lift moment there into the turn, kind of back the 90 up to 4 and 61 door to door. 61 makes contact with the 4. Luckily, no one spins. I do believe the 3 car this evening is also running a Tony Stewart throwback.
I got Mobile 1. It does have Mobile 1 on the front of it.
Mobile 1 and Office Depot on the rear. Both notable Tony Stewart sponsors.
What'd you think?
The 90 was a little bit of damage on the back, AJ? Is that what I'm seeing?
I don't know. Let's go check it out.
Oh, the 4 touched the wall! 61 with a big run on him.
So you said the 90 with some? Yeah, definitely.
He's got a little bit of rear end damage.
Not a lot.
I'm not sure.
But we got a pass for the lead right here. Brady Floyd gets by the 57 of Walters. Walter.
Yeah, he's fallen in a little bit. I do believe he's from the Adria camp.
And we are still side by side for this 4th position. I think Matt's just going to be like, all right, you're faster. Goodbye. And here comes the 94, almost putting it 3 wide coming down the front stretch.
I've never known Matt to just give up a position, and I think they frankly drafted by him, and he might have lifted to get back in line.
Honestly,
he looks like he might be struggling for a little bit of grip right now.
After last,
the 94 out of the throttle.
After last week's race, I think it's all about survive with a lot of these drivers.
Matt had to get out of the gas there, not to hit the 94. 94 getting into the 61. They're all apologizing and all continuing, no ruffled feathers, which is good. 16 taking a look under that 4 car right now, as that's really our only side-by-side battle, I do believe, up here in the front.
Well, up front, but we have a battle brewing back here. Bryn George, Dominic Hughes, and Joe Darnell.
3 car making a move below the 61.
Ooh, kind of
cleared him.
Sent it there a little bit.
That wasn't quite a slide job, but man, it was close. 94 trying to follow. I don't think he's into the run on exit though.
Let's see what Hughes is going to do. This is driving number 61. Entering the turns. See how much he lift. Wow, that's a big lift. and just a long coast. Hey TJ, this might have been a racetrack you could have done. Doesn't look like there's a lot of braking at all. It's a really long lift.
You're not wrong with that, AJ, but this track is, I don't know, it's all four corners of a tunnel turn at Pocono, and I can't stand the tunnel turn at Pocono. And there's grass right there. I just didn't want to be in the way and wreck somebody.
Here comes a 94, Dylan Dunford to the inside of Hughes. Gonna make the pass coming out of turn 2, but Hughes is gonna have a nice run on that outside. They are even right now. Travis Payne is looking for a place to go. Wouldn't be surprised if we see pit stops within the next 5 to 10 laps. It's weird.
I was going to ask if anybody knew what our fuel and pit window was.
Well, the track temp is sitting at a 110. They get 50% of fuel to start. So I'm guessing the tires are really going to burn off. We're really going to slow down as we have fallen 3 seconds off our fastest lap times. I wouldn't be surprised if we see pit stops, like I said, in the next 5 to 10 and at most 12 laps.
Now, this being a 60-lap race, if you were to pit here before 20, you would obviously be putting yourself into a couple more stop scenario.
Yep.
If you pit after 20,
you theoretically eliminate a pit stop.
Eliminated a stop.
TJ Floyd in the 49. He's falling backwards. Just had Devin Smith passing on the inside.
Unless the fuel would work out, and you think the tire advantage would counteract. This place, to me, was always one that was strange to really guess on the fuel and tire. I got burned by it more than once. I won by it here more than once.
I remember a long time ago, Matt Cochran and myself had an amazing battle in a league. I'll give it a shout out because I hope it comes back when he gets iRacing, the CCRL. It was a last 5 laps bunny hopping like each other every turn, and then I make the mistake, Matt makes the mistake in turn 3, I make the mistake in turn 4, he passes me again, and I finish second. I have a lot of fun with a lot of people that are now back in the racing lives of, you know, myself, TJ, and Ryan. Thought that they were gone for a while, but nope, they came back in some way, a different form.
Well, with NASCAR Heat 5 on Xbox having a lot of trouble, a lot of the people we used to race with are having to move to iRacing because there's no comparable way to race that is on something we have. So a lot of those guys are making their way back into being able to race with us, and it's been a good thing to see. The 16 just got a hit rear by the 4. No one spins, but it sure hurt.
Yeah, as Travis LePaine is going to stay to the outside. The 4 gets along by, and everybody's still pointing in the right direction. I'm AJ Pola. You got TJ Barnier, Ryan Fry, also in the broadcast booth. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, more action from Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
everybody, welcome back to All-Star 15 TV. On the channel, so far, it's the Extreme Forces Racing League and their Slippery Noodle in 60, the oldest bar in Indiana, in the broadcast booth. TJ Barnier, Ryan Fry, and TJ, it sounds like you were down there talking to some drivers, some crew chiefs. What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to get a good idea on how close we were with the fuel, and it sounds like here in the next 5 laps or so, these guys will be coming for fuel, and obviously they're going to be taking tires along with that. So I would expect to see those pit stops soon, now that we've crossed 20 and we're into that 2-stop race from here. Back there it is, the 57, the first one calling it out. He's headed down the backstretch.
57, Joshua Walter was our P2 driver to start this race, currently in the 6th position. Here he's going to come off of turn number 4 and head right to pit road. Now mind you, everybody, you are 3 seconds slower than where you started this race. That's going to be big when you're on fresh tires.
He did a really good job not to spin it or slide it in there. You could see it trying to fishtail on him as he got it break down, but he did a real good job to get onto that pit road clean.
There's a number 20 of Brady Floyd, followed by Josh Fox and Farron Elam, your top 3. 4th place, it is Dylan Dunford, Frank Hughes in 5th, Michael Steele in 6th. 7th is Dylan Dunford, Tyler Aspinall in the 8th position right now. In 9th, it's Matt Cochran, and in 10th, it's
a lot
Travis
of guys calling out
Lippins.
pits, AJ.
Well, I think once you get one of the leaders to come down, it's going to bring everybody else's. We're going to see Matt Cochran stay out and take the 4th place.
Yeah, between him and 4th, just about everybody came. His teammate right now is actually the first car a lap down.
And literally, here comes everybody.
Him. The 20 calling out the pit stop this time. No word from the 90.
And he's calling that coming out of turn 2.
I'm not sure. The 2 car may have already pitted. That could be back while he's lapping.
He did. The 2 car did pit.
Because he just went by the 3 car with speed, so I was just thinking he was on fresh rubber.
He did pit on lap 19.
He'll have a clear track as these guys move out of his way here in a minute. The 20 in, the 90 stays out for another one.
Ooh! Man, the 20 really had to lock it down entering the pits there. Ooh! As Carroll hits the turn 4 wall. Got to be careful with that.
Got drivers down and away. Mr. Dean Qualley headed back out towards the racing surface.
Yeah, he is a lap down right now.
90 has called it out. The 90 on 22. Headed for pit lane.
Now, TJ, do you think that's going to help him out later in the run, staying out an extra 2 or 3 laps? Because he's given up almost 3 seconds a lap time.
I think, really, he should have came in with the 20. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. We will find out. Oh, but he's going to get the benefit here as I think we might get a yellow right in front of him. No?
No, we are going to stay green. Who was that?
I don't know, but it was ugly.
Oh, it's Mick Olofsson.
Oh, no, not Mick.
Go back and take a look at this, because it looks like he locked it up and lost it. Gonna jump on car.
Pretty sure he gets hit by the 2.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, he hits the wall and then gets hit by the 2.
Oh, and the 2 was the one, and the 2 with a lot of damage. Luckily, he slid right into pit lane. I don't think that's what he was going for. He's probably got penalties. The rear end of his car is destroyed. The sides are hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, Joe Darnell, innocent bystander there, nowhere to go. A lot of front end damage.
And he was about to have a clean racetrack for himself on those fresher tires. That is really unfortunate.
Well, TJ, it seemed to have worked out. Brady Floyd takes the lead by just over a second from Dylan Dunford.
Yeah, the one we gotta wait and see here where the 90 cycles back. Through. 90 down and away. Going by the pace car. There's exit as he sees the 20 go by him.
TJ, you're not live.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because they're already on the racetrack.
No.
I got the 90 in ninth place right now, almost 6 seconds back. I'm guessing there
That
might...
shows you the difference in waiting and coming in. I don't think he had issue getting in other than maybe seeing that car in front of him. That could have affected his entry, for sure.
Well, even that, to be 6 seconds back, and they are running right around the same lap times as I was mentioning. Right now, they are doing a 53 flat. Got Mick apologizing in the YouTube chat. Wow, I ran out of talent. Sorry, Joe. At least he's apologizing. You don't see a lot of that.
I mean, it was just unfortunate. Joe literally just in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
But just looking at how the manufacturers are running right now, you got Ford, Chevy, Ford, and our first Toyota is in the 6th position with Brandon Dunford in the 19. And following that, you have Tyler Aspinall in a Ford, Noah Walter in a Chevy, Josh Fox in a Chevy, and Travis Lepenis in a Ford. Seems like the Toyotas are having a heck of an issue out there tonight.
Well, there's not a lot of them to begin with.
Only 3 of them.
And, yeah, it's either make or break for those guys. I mean, we know Matt Cochran had a really strong qualifying run and is currently sitting 13th. He's just slowly slipped back through. I do believe he is the top Toyota.
Who is?
Is Matt Cochran the top
No,
Toyota?
Brandon Dunford in the 6th position.
Why don't you go find the onboard for Matt Cochran, because that's just causing yellow.
Yellow out on the racetrack.
I don't know what exactly transpired, but he just hooked the 45.
Well, let's go back and take a look at it. We don't show any favoritism on here.
I do believe they were just occupying the same racetrack.
In the short shoot, going into turn number 2, Matt Cochran running the same line. Honestly, it looks like the 45 comes down a little bit, and then when there's contact, the 4 just ends up spinning them.
Well, it looked like he had already gone as low as he could go. If he goes any lower there, he probably loses the car and just tried to hold on to it, and fortunately caught the 45 and turned him around.
Oh, and there's a good chunk of damage.
Oh yeah, it's not going to benefit either of them. Both of those cars are going to have seriously.
Well, that brings us our first caution of the evening. Going to take another quick commercial break, get everything situated, and when we return, we're going to talk to Joshua Yandow, the driver of the number 30, to see how everything's going over there.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
And we are back, everybody. We're going to go down and talk to the driver of the number 30, coincidentally our lucky dog driver, who's got a little bit of a roughed up hood since we last spoke about him. Josh, how's the car and what happened?
I got a little loose. Woman had a forward. Banged the wall a little bit. But, you know, things happen. And, I mean, definitely cars are loose, but you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, go get that thing fixed, whatever you need to get it fixed, because this is your time. You may not get another yellow. You're going to be back on the lead lap, and we hope to see you move up on that scoreboard.
I was doing alright until that happened. I just kind of pushed myself a little too hard coming out of forward.
I hate to say it, but you've managed to hit something every race, so one of these days you'll bring back a clean race car, I hope.
Nah, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
The boys in the fab shop would appreciate it, that's just say.
No.
Pay them more and they don't care.
That's called job security, you know? That's what you got to do.
That's called job security. We might have to have a talk in the hauler after this race, but get back out there. Or get out in the pit lane, get that thing fixed, and we hope to see you climb up to the spots.
Yes. Well, we only got one lap to go, so it ain't happening right now.
That's the driver, the number 30 for Rocky Faith Motorsports, Joshua Yandow, on his hood and throughout the rest of the car. It is North Star Excavation, his own personal business up in Vermont. Well, if you need a hole dug up in Vermont, call him.
Yeah, they do a variety of different things, but digging holes is definitely one of them. And he's pretty good at it.
Well,
You
TJ,
can fill it back in even afterward.
let's talk about some of the Tony Stewart cars. Which one is your favorite tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm just going to go down the list. I know the 09 is running the Peanuts gang car. The 95's got the shell car. The 3 car with the sneaky Mobile One scheme, not on that team, but still running a Tony car. I like that one. Who haven't I mentioned? We got the 95, the 55, running the old Jurassic Park car. That one's probably the one closest to my heart. Just because I love those movies and I loved that car, and it had a running mate in Bobby Labonte at the time. So it's probably that 55, but the classic Tony Orange is also amazing. It's 90.
Yep, that's
I
kind of where I
love
was
that
going to go with
scheme.
that with the 90.
But those T-Rex schemes for, I believe that was Jurassic Park, The Lost World, was when those guys ran it.
Your guess is as good as mine, pal. I didn't get into Jurassic Park till later on, and we are green here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the first restart of the race. The 20 of Brady Floyd, excellent launch, heading down towards turn 1. The 94 of Dylan Dunford going to get right back to his back bumper. He's going to clip the rumble strips on the inside. He's going to send the number 3 of Farron Elam wide into turn 1, trying to get that caught in turn number 2. Underneath him is the 61 of Frank Hughes. As they got a battle right behind him, it's Michael Steele on the inside to the 19 of Brendan Dunford to the outside, heading down to turn number 3, and radio style is over, because I need a breath.
I'm gonna say, take a breath, AJ. Who are you? Coming in hot there.
I'm
Wow.
practicing because we can't broadcast Redacted Car.
What is Redacted Car?
A certain Roger Penske owned racing series. They have a certain race here every Memorial Day at this racetrack.
I know what you're talking about. Why can't you broadcast it?
Because they have pulled the IndyCar license from
I am aware.
iRacing. And
Are you going to be... Oh, the 92! That was close.
Yes.
Are you going to be doing a race soon?
Yes,
Is that
and
why?
the only way you can broadcast it is if you do it radio style.
Well, that is just lame.
Well, blame Roger Penske.
I mean, I will anyway. I've never been a Penske. I can't say that. I like most of Roger's drivers. Certain loghead in the 22.
Yeah,
Sorry to all you Joey Logano fans out there.
I like
I pull no
Blaney's
punches.
fun.
I love Ryan Blaney. He's a Star Wars fan. He's a nerd like us.
Oh,
Hell,
look
there's
at
a famous
that.
picture of him wearing a Princess Leia outfit. It's kind of hilarious. Oh man, these guys are gonna wreck. These guys are gonna wreck back around was that the 95?
TJ, look at this coming down the front stretch. We're going to back it up. Everybody, watch how
Oh, there's
aggressive...
the wreck! Big one!
Donnie Bartlett.
49 car.
TJ Floyd. Going to get clipped by the 09. Oh boy. Oh, no, not Dean Qualley.
Oh no, was Dean in it?
Oh! Oh my God.
There was another Tony scheme on the 21. It's no more.
All right, as a broadcaster, you know everybody watching
Oh
at
God,
home.
AJ, someone flipped.
I know, I saw it. As a broadcaster, and as everybody knows, I shoot it straight. Here's my issue. They see a wreck coming, and yet people are still driving like a bat out of hell.
Oh no. I just watched it back, AJ. Do you know who else got in it?
Don't tell me it was Yandow. Is he the one that hit the 09 and sent them flying?
No, that was
Yes,
the 59.
Yes. Well, he hits the 09 first, and then the 59 sends him flipping a Bobby Green. My whole thing is,
man.
we're going to go back and look at it from Yandow's point of view.
Matt, I know exactly what happened to Josh. He was following the 4-car. The 4-car moved out of the way at the last second, and Josh ate that car.
Oh, we're going to see it here.
I know exactly what happened. I've done it on the plate tracks. That shows you, if anything, the split second reaction time.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
you
TJ.
have to try to have.
You see the wreck happening well before even exiting turn 2.
Yeah, but Josh, if you listen to AJ on the onboard, Josh is out of the throttle.
No, he's not. He doesn't get out of the throttle till he's already out of turn 2. We're watching it back here. And we're going to jump to the 59 of Bobby Green because he's really the one who sent the 09 to space here. Probably can go shake hands with the ISS.
Yeah, Josh was out of the throttle when he hit that car along the wall. I think he thought he was clear.
Well, I was more of thinking he should have been out of the gas well before that.
Nah, I mean, he was following the guys in front of him. None of them lifted.
Well, let's go take a look at Daniel Park and get his in-car. Because everybody knows...
I mean, these guys were in a gaggle of cars on the front straightaway coming in there.
Everybody knows what we like doing when we see a car that goes upside down is jump on that in-car cockpit view.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good. Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good. Yep, I'm flying through the air.
55 almost got through it too. And had see, AJ, these guys were still racing through the turn. I think that's why they were all still in the throttle. Then they realized the wreck was happening. Oh, the 55 managed to lock it down and not hit anything.
Oh, we're
But
under
he has
caution
made contact
for
with something at some point.
the second time tonight. Man, that Nicorette car, I think that's the 15 of Austin Green. He's a little skewed sideways there. Don't know if it's supposed to be turning like that.
That's an old Jeff Gordon scheme.
Yeah, I haven't seen that scheme in a long time. That was a Car of Tomorrow scheme, I think.
He got into the back of Dean Qualley not that long. Pretty much like the couple turns before that wreck happened. I haven't had a chance to watch this onboard from Dean to see how bad it really was for the car. I know it wasn't great. I mean, he was kind of one of those victims that just had nowhere to go. Oh, I think the inside wall did the worst damage to him. He's going to drive away from it. That's good. Almost got landed on by the flipping car.
Nope, this ain't good.
I know what's wrong with it.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Oh, that thing might have had gas in it. It was headed for the moon.
Well, we're about to go green once again from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Slippery Noodle in 60. TJ, it's been a very eventful race. Only 2 cautions. It seems like cautions are breeding cautions tonight with 2 of them within 5 laps. Pace car's going to come hit pit road. And let's see how far that number 20 can go on this restart. As it looks like the 94 wanted to jump it just a little bit. Tried timing it right.
Got a pretty good restart.
Oh, here comes the...
Is he going to cross him up? He's under him, but he lifts out of it. 5 lifts out of it. This is going to stack up.
Might have been a smart move there.
I'm glad he lifted because I think he'd have turned the 20 otherwise.
That
threw it behind him.
That would have wrecked both of them.
Who was that? The 45 again, almost just getting turned? Yes, it was. Him and the 61 almost made more contact and spun, as the 4 would have been involved in that as well. They stay on.
Well, TJ, we haven't done it yet tonight. Why don't we do it right now? Ladies and gentlemen, let's crank it up.
Welcome back, everybody. We just had a big moment on the track. Didn't bring out a caution, but it's pretty tense. The 92 and the 03 coming together, and the 03 ending up in the wall very hard. Really good job by him to keep the thing straight and not spin out. Take more cars with him.
There's a lot of damage on the front right side of that 03 of Justin Hughes. He's gonna have to come to pit road soon because it looks like he's got a lot of issues.
Yeah, he hit it very hard. Really good job. He had actually hit the wall the turn prior too, and then hit it again. And everybody behind him did a real good job of avoiding it. It's unfortunate for him, but fortunate for the rest of the field that there wasn't more involved.
TJ, can you imagine we already have less than 20 laps to go? Gonna need to see pit stops for at least our top 5 once again. You have Frank Hughes that pit last in 34. Still running like a bat out of hell, so he's definitely gonna need to pit as well. For everybody watching at home, hit that like button, subscribe to All-Star 15 TV on YouTube. If you're on Facebook watching, welcome to the channel. Go to All-Star 15 TV, like the page, and you will see every single broadcast that is performed by the channel. And here comes the 92, Tyler Aspinall on pit road.
AJ, I was Frank Hughes. I would have tried to stretch this.
Really?
Oh, I think the 3s were going around. Cautions out.
And there it is, big crash.
And that was driver audio from the 30 of Joshua Yandow.
Well, he's kind of a spectator. The car's still on pit lane.
Yeah, you can
Pretty
hear
well broke.
You can definitely hear the driver audio. But let's take a look at what happened here.
There goes one of the Tony Stewart cars again. That thing is cleaned out. That would be on the 16, I do believe.
Take a look at it from here. They enter turn number 1.
Just got in there hot, and he tried to save it and overcorrected it and killed it.
Not even a big, overshoot. And just a little tap caused the 83 to get a little squirrely, and on the overcorrect.
He tried to save it. I'll Kyle Busch at Phoenix this past weekend, but just was not to be.
That overcorrect is scary as heck. We're gonna go back and take a look at that because that looked violent.
He had it. He was doing a real good job, but when it finally caught, it was over.
Find that 83. Let's jump on aboard with Dominic Hughes. And Travis Lepane is a driver we rarely ever see an issue of. Here it is, entering turn number 1. A little bit of a tap, has it saved, but has the wheel all the way to the right. And that's gonna hurt.
I don't think he expected it to come back on him. He had it saved, like you said.
Yeah, that went full M&M and snapped back to reality, right? Unfortunately, reality was the outside wall.
And then there was gravity when he hit it.
Feel like, TJ, you really enjoyed the M&M reference there?
I did. The big question, is the 92 going to be the leader? Didn't you just say he was on pit lane?
Am I the only one that has the checker flag and a white flag at the same time right now?
Maybe. So I don't. And right now, the 92 is being shown as your race leader.
I'm sure Tyler Aspinall would love to see the checkered and the white, or the yellow.
Fry, I thought you went to bed after what you said.
Oh, it's a sugar thing, homie.
Word.
Just had to eat something. Still got a headache, but
Aspinall is gonna show as your race leader, followed by the 03 of Justin Hughes. TJ Floyd is in third, fourth. Brady Floyd And then Dylan Dunford, your top 5. Your biggest mover of the race is being shared from the 3rd place driver, TJ Floyd, and your 9th place driver, Joe Darnell. TJ, it sounded like you had something there. What's up?
I'm just thinking, AJ, if the 92 wins this race, he better make sure the check for Mr. Lepenis clears. Because to hit pit road to get a yellow before everybody even makes it the next turn, sometimes it feels like that's more than just luck. I'm kidding, obviously. But, yeah. This is going to be fun here. Everybody should be good on fuel now, I do believe. By a lot. That's what I was trying to say, AJ. If with Frank Hughes, if he had pit on 34, like you were saying, probably went green 34, 36. Josh was saying around 25 is what he was thinking he could get on fuel.
Yep.
He might have been in a good situation to not have to pit again, had it gone green. But just was not to be. Now the 92 up high is taking the top? I think so.
Well, we saw that work on the initial start of the race, that outside line was very good on the restart.
Yeah, I would, if I had my choice, I would want the outside line at a track like this. That outside line going into 1 carries way more momentum than on the bottom does.
One of the drivers in the chat, I will not name names, said, love pain in my you-know-what.
Well, we're gridding up, getting ready to go with 15 laps to go. What's going on, TJ?
Just wanted to check in with you guys. How's your pick doing?
Well, before we get to my pick, T1S Racing and Raps, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you guys. Trying to remember who I picked, Matt Cochran.
You picked Matt. You jinxed poor Matt.
Well,
I'm gonna pull with Jerry Lawler, and I knew the 92 would be out front.
Well, my pick is sitting right behind him in the 20, and I think he might have be the car to beat again today. But let's see if he can get by this 92 before I eat crow.
Well, TJ, the 4 has a car that looks pretty good. He's on the lead lap and in 15th.
That's only a lap of car. He can do it.
That's a start.
Green.
We're here green again, everybody. As we headed out into turn 1, Power Aspinall with an excellent launch. Oh, boy.
Well, my pick just went up in smoke, and now he's really dead. Why did the caution take so long? Wow.
So I don't think he was, like, fully around.
Oh, he was fully around.
No, he was just drifting it.
Well, now all of our picks are dead. I'm going to go with Jerry Lawler and say, yeah, the 92. I'm going to try.
I mean, I could see right there that's when the caution should have came out. The minute...
Quick question. The 94 dove to the inside of the inside lane. Is that a legal move? Because it was before the start-finish line.
It should be a legal move.
I didn't think they were allowed to move before the start-finish line.
I thought it was no lane changing until the start-finish. That's the lane change.
Well, you guys know more than I do on the being on the racetrack every so often. So
I mean, the 03 held up the inside lane tremendously. I get that, but he changed lanes way before the start-finish line.
And the 20, I think, just thought he was clear when he wasn't.
Well, yeah, because he wasn't expecting... Well, no, I don't think they even touch.
No?
No, I'm looking at the replay. The 20 and the 03 do not touch. Unless it's netcode, which I know that from experience is a pain in the ass. Although they do make contact, he does come down on him.
Well, we are favored caution again, probably getting the green flag right around with 10 laps to go. Well, your pick, Brady Floyd, drops all the way back to 19th. Fry and myself's pick, Matt Cochran, sitting in the 13th position.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I did not pick Matt Cochran.
I'm telling you right now, that 20 does not have a lot of damage.
I'm just
Well, it does
wondering.
in the rear end, but not so much in anywhere else.
I'm wondering with the car hitting him afterwards on the tire if that did anything or not.
Did it catch the tire or was it the door? It looked like the door to me. Not 100%.
Not 100% sure, but it sure looked like the left front. But I agree, there's not a whole lot of damage on that car.
Well, we'll see how long he has to
Considering.
sit on pit road.
94 car penalty. Changing lanes before the start. Fry with the spot on call. The law firm might have to appeal that one.
And I will take this, I don't care the criticism that gets, but what a run for TJ Floyd.
He spun. Don't forget.
And
He
he's
spun.
and he's in 4th. Well, now he'll be in 3rd.
It was not that long ago. That man spun. Well, he was a part of the big one, was he not? I don't remember what lap that was now, but wasn't he a part of that big crash, or was it a smaller one?
I don't know. He's got a pretty clean car. He's got a little bit of left or rear damage. That's it on
So,
that 49.
TJ, you mentioned the 94 getting an EOL. He's still currently running around in that 2nd position.
I
That
think
was-
you get your
that was-
EOL when you cross him up, do you not?
Yeah.
He's just going to
And
come
he's
down pit
out of a
road.
pit lane.
Yeah, I would go ahead and make that call. If you're going to get an EOL, you might as well come to pit road.
Yeah, I believe he would have got the EOL right here.
It's going to be interesting to see if Michael Steele can stay with the 92 on the restart.
Michael
on that
Steele
outside.
on one of the cars with the freshest tires within this top 10. Tyler Aspinall last pit on 42. Frank Hughes 44. Justin Hughes on 42. Everybody else all the way from that 4th position to 14th on lap 44. And then Travis Lapenas, fresher tires on lap 48.
You got a huge show up here.
How about
This is wild.
how about the comeback from the other guy with computer problems, Dean Qualley, up to 10th.
He was in the heart of that big crash. Just look 2 rows behind him. That's an 11 car with no front end.
I was off, but I was watching. I couldn't hear you guys, and it looked like a doozy. And then also think about it here at 8th place, Joseph Darnell is having quite a good run going for him as well.
Remember, he was the one that got into the back of the 75 when the 75 lost it, trying to just, I think, not die on the straightaway early on in that first set of pit stops. Barrett Elam having just a good solid night. Started 7th, running 7th.
I'm not talking about Farron. He's running a number 3, and it's a Ford. I don't want to talk about him.
The 57, he was your 2nd place pole, outside pole sitter, currently running 9th. Dean from 22nd to 10th. Yeah, that is a pretty big number,
Well,
Joe.
look
there.
at Joe
There
Darnell,
we
too.
go.
He's up in 8th place after his issues.
Is there an
AJ
echo?
with the broken AJ with the broken record.
Sorry, I'm doing stuff behind the scenes right now to make sure everything's...
We know, pal, we know. That 92 is gone.
Battle behind them.
Big battle behind him. Those fresh tires are just stuck. There's nowhere to go.
That 19 car is way loose.
All this horsepower, no room to gallop.
19 finally gets clear of the first Hughes. He's got to set his say another Hughes. That Hughes is maybe looking for the lead here. They are 3 wide entering the turn. TJ Floyd backed out of it. Michael Steele thanks him. Never mind, he gets hit by him.
The 61's to the inside of the 92.
Oh, the 57, he's going around. Did he save it?
He did. Oh, Michael
The
Steele.
61.
Oh, but the 5 are around now.
The 61 cleared Lapenas.
No caution off the racetrack. Normal iRacing rules there.
I mean, he got spun in the center of the track. How is that not a yellow?
Because it's where he ended up.
That is just unbelievable. I feel for Michael Steele. Had a huge run.
By the way, you guys are all back
happened.
there. The 61 has cleared the 92 and has got about 4 car lengths on him, and he's getting swallowed up by one half of Dunford and Dunford at the moment, heading into 2 and 3.
The law firm is certainly going to be appealing the penalty. After this week, Dylan Dunford actually trapped a lap down. I'm kind of confused with that one.
He is not moving it. He's not even in the sim anymore.
Oh, he might have
packet loss.
dropped. Yep. That is unfortunate for him. Was having a good run, got the penalty, and then the internet said bye.
Yeah, one of the tricks to this place is you see the 19 closes in on the back bumper of the 92. When you drive down into 1 and 3, you want to try to get the guy in front of you to overdrive the corner and then I'll let him slide up and you just go underneath him and go on by.
If you ever heard the blimp cam here, you gotta really look at the golf course, by the way.
Oh. I immediately clicked on the blimp cam. I was like, wait, what's going on with the blimp cam?
Just get a real good look at the golf course, that's all.
Looking at Tyler Aspinall trying to gain some ground, trying to fight off Brandon Dunford at the same time.
Frank Hughes, like Kevin Harvick last week and Kyle Larson the week before, is praying for no yellows. Stay green. That gap he's got right now and those two guys battling for position is just allowing him to skirt away.
He is
the 19 bump drafting the 92.
He is pulling away by almost 4/10 a lap. But look at the second group behind for 4th and 5th. They're doing the exact same thing as Aspinall and Dunford, and they've actually caught Aspinall and Dunford.
Well, I don't think the 19's trying to stay behind the 92. Honestly, I think he can get around him.
Coming across the
as he
line
crosses
this
them up.
time by. But Frank Hughes in 61 is still faster. 2/10 that time by.
Dunford did have to make a pass, but he is eating into that lead quick. Oh, the 90 with a huge move below the 3. 3 wide down the backstretch. Still 3 wide. We're headed for the turn. The 3 lifted. Woohoo! What a move by the 90.
Aspinall almost in the wall.
Do these guys have 5 laps of better run in their car than that 61?
This time by, Dunford crosses the line. He matches Frank Hughes with his lap time, 53:30.
How about the 90?
90:53:45.
A little slower, but he was 3 wide. I'll give that to him. I really think it would as an agent of chaos, I think the yellow would be the only way these guys have a realistic shot.
Here we go again with that agent of chaos stuff.
Well, let's be honest. Any race at Indy deserves a late caution. Otherwise, what's the use?
Man, it's been a very eventful race already, even without the yellows.
AJ, I'd be real interested to see what those lap times were this time.
Coming across. Frank Hughes at a 53:51. Brandon Dunford a 53:19. Josh Fox a 53:06.
So a lot faster.
under a second now for Brandon Dunford.
You say that lap, they really put a hurting on him. Really gained a ton of time on him.
But are they going to
Still-
have enough time?
And are they going to play nice with each other? Because, right now, the best thing Frank Hughes can see is these guys get racy as the 3-car goes underneath the 90. So it starts. Does this help the 19 and allow the 19 maybe to skirt back away?
As long as nobody gets to that 19's outside or inside, Brandon Dunford should be okay.
Well, he had to drive a real defensive line down in there as the 90's looking, he's there. Oh, did they make contact?
Just a little bit. Farron
That
Elon is
was
going to take
tight.
third place away from that mistake.
That
3
is
laps to go.
insanity. Now the 90 battles back underneath the 3-car. He's got the draft on him, but I just don't. He won't know if he'll manage to keep. Well, he's got the run. The 3 lets him go. They were doing so good working together and catching him, and that gap is, I think, opened back up. They're going to run out of time.
Dual popsicle sticks coming up in the air.
Unless Frank Hughes has an error.
Well, we've seen that a couple times, especially in IndyCar. Coming out of turn 4, bit somebody right in the butt coming to the checker to win the Indianapolis 500. Don't know if
We'll
it's
talk
going to
about
happen
that
here.
weekend. I don't want to talk about that weekend. I don't want to talk about that weekend.
Is that the weekend where National Guard could have won both?
National Guard hit the wall in the Indy race.
Oh,
ran out of fuel in
Espinal!
4.
Cutting
That was Dale
grass.
Jr.'s best shot to win Charlotte. Never got her done. Outside of the All-Star race.
Dunford is closing in, looking at 0.8 of a second.
Just not enough time. He would need 1 to 2 more laps extra, and he's not going to have it. He would need a very big bobble from that Hughes machine.
He's in the draft.
It's just not enough
0.7
time.
white flag. That means it is sponsored by Wrestling Over Everything.
If he had 1 more lap, I'd say we have a story on our hands.
TJ, he's gained
But
a half a second in just about half a lap.
I just don't think he's going to get there, AJ. If he's not there entering 3, he's not there. There's no way.
Into turn 3.
He sends it, but he ain't got enough there to get to him.
Man, you're right. Just a couple laps, and we really could have seen a battle. But coming
I
out
think
of
1 more
turn
lap, it really would have been interesting.
number
The 3 in the wall.
We got a turn number 4. It is the driver number 61, Frank Hughes, winning the slippery noodle in 60 from Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
What was your noodle?
Apparently it's a bar in Indiana, and it's the oldest bar in Indiana.
Slippery did in or what?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to our podium finishers. TJ's got to make it from the broadcast booth to wherever the cars are being staged.
I'm going to go run, boys. I'll be back in a minute.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, The nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Welcome back, everybody. I need AJ up in the booth to give me somebody to interview, so send somebody down here. I want to talk.
Well, let's see who we got. Here he is, our race winner, Frank Hughes. TJ, take it away, pal.
Frank Hughes, you get a copy. Frank Hughes got a copy?
Yes, sir.
There he is. Man, what a job. Were you worried they were going to get to you?
Oh yeah, the last 5 laps I looked up in the rearview mirror and I was like, man, did I go too soon?
I think you went just right. That machine you had there at the end was powerful, and I mean, you drove away. If those guys had got racy with themselves like they kept doing, you were really going to be drove away.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to get a little bit more racier than what they did, but I mean, what happened, it worked in my favor anyway, so I mean, everybody did a great job running tonight. Pretty clean racing.
I'm super impressed with that run you had. I can't remember a moment tonight where you weren't up towards the front, and you know, they say you got to be there to win it, and you were there and you won it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate points racing, but you know, it's time to start like thinking points racing, I guess. So I got to run a little bit more conservative and not get too racy with these guys in the beginning of the race, like I was in the beginning of the season.
Well, if you keep doing that and this is the result, I'd say you found your strategy, because it got you to victory lane this evening.
Yes, it did.
Any sponsors you want to plug on that machine?
I would like to thank Hughes' Garage in North Carolina. It's in Hickory, North Carolina. Hughes' Garage in West Pittston, Pennsylvania. I got to thank the team, the strategies, and it mainly comes down to listening to when Wayne gives us a little pointers and stuff. So I got to give a plug to him, because if it wasn't for him, a lot of the help comes from him, with him being up in the sky watching what's going on.
Well, we hear you there. We know some people that could have had some help from the sky today that didn't, and that got them in trouble. You guys stayed clean. You got the victory. Go points racing. I want to be talking about you come playoffs.
That's what I'm trying to do. I want to also thank Dean and everybody else that puts this on. You guys, I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, I mean, I probably wouldn't run every week if it wasn't broadcasted. I love being the broadcasting and being able to show everybody's talents.
Well, we love having a race to call, and we love you guys showing up, giving us a good show. You did that tonight. We thank you from our end, and I know Dean is just always happy to see good racing.
Yep, that's all it's about. Good, clean fun racing.
Any of you guys got any question for Mr. Hughes, or are we going to send him back down to party?
I think he needs to crack a bottle and get going, but next week...
Maybe the garage should open late tomorrow.
I don't. Here's the funny thing. I don't work for either shop. That's my dad runs the one in West Pittston, and my brother Justin runs the one in North Carolina. So they can open it whenever they want.
Well,
I think you got the right idea then.
I mean, I don't know what your house is made out of, but if you want to go outside and find a brick to kiss it to resemble today, you can go kiss the bricks.
I don't think we got any bricks on this house, but
Congratulations on the win. What a hell of a run.
Thank you.
All right, dude. Catch you later, my friend. See you
All right,
at
you
Dover
guys have
next
a great
week.
night. Yeah, I'll catch you guys at Dover next week. Thank you again.
We can't wait to hear from him.
Let's talk to P2 Brandon Dunford. TJ, take it away.
Do I have one half of the law firm here?
No, man. Again, brother.
I swear you guys just keep... You're up here. We thought we were going to get you both, a little penalty, and then I think something with his computer dropped out. Dylan running good, ended up down 11, but you second, you representing.
Yeah,
you guys
man,
are having some good runs.
Yeah, we really are. The luck is just really on our side over here at TriStar Motorsports, and we're loving every bit of it. Yeah, it sucked for the penalty that came out right there. Um, and then after that, he went into pit, to try to get some tires to just come from the back, and then his monitors blacked out on him, and that was after he left pit lane. So he's in a panic of where he was at. Didn't know where he was at on the track, so it made it interesting. I definitely hate it that he wasn't up here with us because he definitely had the speed to be here. But overall, man, just what a great run again. I mean, y'all guys getting to talk to you week in and week out it's becoming the new norm, and I love it.
We all agree that one more lap would have been very interesting for you.
Well, trying to hold off Fox there, and I think it was Elam, just having to hold them off there for a little bit really kind of killed the run for me as well. I think helping Tyler, me and Tyler were helping each other as well. Get down the straightaways, and we just couldn't really get the speed. So I told Tyler, I was like, man, you got to get out of my way. If one of us is going to get this, you got to get out of my way. So a mixture of running with Tyler too long and trying to hold off those guys that were fast behind me. But yeah, I think if I'd have had one more, I got to the place where I wanted on that last lap coming to the line. So yeah, one more, I think I would have had him.
We would have been real interested to see one more. That or caution. I'm an agent of chaos. I like madness. So
yeah,
good run again.
Yeah,
for you guys.
Even with the caution, man, we knew that we had tires underneath us and we had speed. So I was good either way, either trying to catch him and run him for the win or having to restart it. So either way, we were good with it. But yeah, I mean, again, thanks for y'all doing what y'all do. TriStar Motorsports, Tyler for helping us out week in and week out over here. And man, just excited to be here again.
Well, we are always glad to have one of you Dunfords up in the booth, and if you keep it up, we might get both of you again at Dover. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we told y'all weeks back, man, we're making a heavy run for this championship. Obviously we'll make the first round for sure, but that's not where we want to be. We want to be up in that top 4, coming down closer to the end, or at least during the beginning and the end, to try to at least keep 2 of us in there. Like last week, like you said, if we can't get both of us in there, we're gonna for sure put one of these TriStar Motorsports in there.
Well, you guys are having the runs to do it. We wish you the best of luck. Any sponsors plug? I know you've been doing it for weeks.
No, man, I just want to thank y'all. I mean, obviously Bass Pro, Tracker Bass Boats for being on those car. It's just a mean machine over these last couple of weeks. I've debated on changing the paint scheme, but
I wouldn't.
don't think I'm going to. It's carrying
I
too
wouldn't.
much with it. But yeah, just thanks to y'all for everything y'all do. Of course, Dean and everybody that puts on this. Thank them hugely for all this. Just a great bunch of guys to race with as well, and all the competitors. Always running good and clean. For the most part. So
it gets dirty every once in a while, but not intentional.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I just appreciate it.
Well, we thank you from our end, and I know everybody else would thank you as well. And can't wait to see if we get to hear from one of you again next week.
Well, again, week over week, man, we're gonna try for sure.
I'm gonna hold you to it. Any of you guys want to ask this man any questions?
The only thing I got is from this track to Dover, it's like night and day. Is there anything you could take from your momentum going forward from after today's race to the Monster Mile next week?
Well, you said a mouthful there with it being a huge difference in tracks. I'd have to say coming into Indianapolis, we weren't really too fond of it. So we knew we were riding that momentum, and it proved it today. I would say the biggest thing is for sure just slow the pace way down and have a lot more patience is going to be the key to Dover. The cars get real slick there in the rear end. They want to step out from under you. And so the big thing is from all the speed and momentum, it's just managing the tires, managing, that looseness that you're going to get from that run or the run at Dover. So, yeah, it's just slowing it down and maintaining and surviving, because Dover, I feel like, is going to be one of those tracks, it's possibly going to be a Bristol. But hey, look at Bristol, we had a photo finish for the run there. So if it comes down to it again, we'll do the same thing.
All right.
Well, we hope to hear from you.
All right, dude. Well, that is The driver, the number 19, Brandon Dunford, finishing second here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll see you in Dover, Delaware at the Monster Mile next week, my friend.
All right, sounds good, guys. Thank you.
All right, TJ, now it's time for our P3 finisher, Josh Fox.
Josh Fox, you got a copy? Josh Fox, you got a copy?
10-4.
There he is. Man, you had my favorite scheme tonight, and you did not disappoint with it.
Yeah, the Tony Stewart rookie car. That's a good one.
Oh, I love that car. I mean, it was a toss up between that one and the T-Rex Jurassic Park one, but ultimately, it's Tony's home track. You gotta go with the original, right?
You gotta go with the original.
You, sir, were making some wild moves there at the finish. Certainly making it interesting and possibly hindering the 19 from getting to the 61.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I wasn't even in. I don't even know how to explain it, honestly. I mean, I think I restarted like 11th on that last restart.
Oh, you came right through. It was crazy.
I knew I had to go.
You channeled smoke for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like the first 75% of that race, I was like, I'm gonna try to not be Tony Stewart and be patient. And then the end of it, I told my teammates, I'm like, you don't block me, I'm gonna dump you.
Well, let me tell you, they did not fare so great. I know a bunch of them got tore up. I think one of them flipped.
Yep.
So as far as Tony Stewart experiences at Indy, you definitely had the best one this evening.
Yeah, it was a rough race for our team. Not all of them, but
no. But I mean, it definitely. I forget who. I think it was
Dan. Dan was upside
down.
09
went flying for a minute there. It was a sky ground kind of moment. That's never good. But we love these paint schemes week in, week out. You guys are running this theme thing, and it's just really cool to go back and hunt through the field and find you guys and what you're running.
Right. Yeah.
And you weren't the only Tony Stewart cars tonight. Some other people were trying to get in on the action.
Yeah, I figured we'd see some Tony cars, especially with it being Indy.
But you guys definitely had the best ones, for sure. Pulling out all the old schemes of golden era Tony Stewart.
Yeah, it's definitely fun doing every week here and getting different paint schemes. Where are we racing next week?
Dover.
Dover's Kyle Larson next week. It's Kyle Larson.
Oh, I'm already excited. You have my interest and my
Did you say Kyle Larson?
Kyle Larson team next week.
Yep. Any sponsors you want to plug? Anything? You had a hell of a run. I almost wore out here giving interviews. By the way, I don't know if you saw your interview at the finish here. I'm a little scared. You were 666 back.
Hell yeah. That's always good.
If you say so. You're going to meet Miles the Monster next week. See if he agrees.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to agree too much.
It doesn't usually.
But yeah, I mean, I really don't have any sponsors really, but yeah, thanks all my teammates, Devin, Jesse, and Dan. Thanks to you guys for putting on a show. Thanks to Dean for making it all happen. I got sponsors tomorrow night that I can thank when I get my interview. How about that?
There you go. I like that line of thinking.
But yeah, and
I mean, you can thank Home Depot and Rigid if you wanted. It's on your car.
I can thank Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot for putting on a fast back Chevy here tonight. And shout out to DAC Crew Enterprises Incorporated team owner Dakota Brandon for motivating us, I guess.
Any of you boys got questions for this man? We gotta let him go.
Now let him go party and get ready for Miles, because I feel like he kind of jinxed himself a little bit with the 666 thing, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Never poke the bear.
I can tell you right now, don't look for me to be in the top 3 next week.
You never know. If you remember the last time we were at Dover, there was a huge crash on the last lap. People went everywhere, so you never know where you may finish.
You never know, it could happen. Hopefully we can get it though.
We'll be looking for you, whether you're in the front or the back.
All right, Josh.
Shout out to Frank for getting the win as well, and no hard feelings with Brandon for the racing yet. That was a good hard racing from everybody.
Good stuff. We will. I'm sure they're listening. I know they probably listened because they had the first interview.
Right.
See you later, Josh.
Have a good one.
All right, TJ, Ryan. Ryan, I know you were in and out for the first X amount of laps there, but how'd you think tonight went? How was the racing, and did it live up to what you were expecting?
It went better than what I expected. I was waiting for the last couple weeks. It seems like there's been a lot of contact, and tonight was, for the most part, except for the big ones there, pretty clean. Indy's Indy. It usually gets stretched out, and then that's where it usually just stays there. But it didn't tonight. It was very exciting. Looking forward to next week in Dover. It's only like a 2-hour drive for me, so it'll be a nice, easy drive.
Was that one on your list if you have power back to the unit that we're going to run?
I think I'm going to do the smart thing and say negatory Batman.
Negatory Ghost Rider.
I mean, look, guys, we have 4 races to go before the playoffs. So things are going to tighten up, and they're going to start getting edgy to see who can get in and who can get out of the playoffs, getting themselves locked in, that type deal. Dover, we got 2 short tracked. Well, Dover's a mile, and then we got Michigan 2 miles, Richmond half mile, and then good old Charlotte late in the afternoon for 125 laps, which should be interesting. I think TJ's running that one.
2 of those 4 races you mentioned, I will be in the car.
So TJ's going to cost somebody a playoff spot there in Charlotte when he gets in an early wreck.
Yes, he is.
But it shall be interesting. I'm looking forward to this closing 4 races of the regular season.
I'm looking forward to broadcasting 2 of them and trying not to die in the other 2. Oh, and then by the way, after Charlotte, round 1, I'm running Dega. That should be more fun than triathlon.
See, I don't know if you in the playoffs is a good idea, just for the fact of you're going to end up taking somebody in the playoffs out.
It's Dega!
I forgot you were running Dega. I was kind of marking that one on my calendar, but I guess I won't now.
It's okay.
No, that's mine. You got Daytona, I get Dega.
It's okay. TJ will wreck it like 5 laps in.
I've
the
had
broadcast
that
booth.
one highlighted. You remember, I have ran super speedways with these guys, and I had some good finishes in there.
Maybe me and you can slip Scott some extra money and we'll both run it.
Ooh, I don't like his line of thinking.
I don't like the line of thinking. I don't want to be alone up here.
I could definitely use a partner, so just not there.
Josh, how did your car ever end up? Did you ever get that thing off of pit road?
Yeah, I got back out there. Ended up
That's
finishing
good.
like 24s.
Good. Glad to hear it turned some laps. It wasn't completely destroyed.
Yes, it was. It was a little rough. I mean, I wish I could have like a decent week where I don't wreck.
It's coming.
Wreck
One of us is winning Dega. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, Dean, not you.
All right, everybody. For All-Star 15 TV, Ryan Fry, TJ Barnier, apparently Joshua Yandow, too. I'm Agent Capola. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast tonight. The Slippery Noodle in 60 was won by Frank Hughes, followed by Brandon Dunford and Josh Fox. We'll see you next Monday at Dover, Delaware. Miles the Monsters.
Now, like
say
Fox
hi.
Sports, we're going to cut to bowling.
Wait, we got bowling?
I'm just hoping his noodle don't slip in the wrong place.
I want to play Shut up, Ryan.
You don't play bowling, you just bowl.
All right.
I hope you pulled this broadcast off.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.